So, hi, beautiful greetings to beautiful beings such as yourself. Peace and love. And we used to say that, 40 years ago, and it meant one thing, but now it means something different, doesn't it? Like, can we please have some peace? So, I know this has been on all of our minds and in our souls, kind of as a reverberation of this escalation on the planet. And it's, there's things we don't even talk about, areas, in Africa. And of course, we know it's happening in Russia and Ukraine and the Middle East itself. And it's very I don't even have words for it. But yeah, my attention has been very much on this. And I've been waking up in the middle of the night and feeling to pulse peace, as we did in I believe, our last planetary healing intention meditation, pulsing peace. It just feeling, that intent in my heart, and then just peace, 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 like that. So today, of course, when this happens, let's see if I can when this happens, there's solutions that come. I'm very solution oriented. And anybody who shares a problem with me will know this, because my brain goes into instant solution, because this is what I do all day long. Every 15 minutes is cogitate and intuit and channel solutions. So in 2010, which was 13 years ago, it's really hard to even comprehend. It's been that long. We began a little project on, and I believe some of you participated in this. I'm pretty sure Lily did, but it's called the Wall of Fog, the Wall of Maya, the Wall of Fog. And this is kind of my channeled iteration of illusion and how it manifests in this world. And this came to me over a period of, I'm going to say probably 2000, not 2000, 1989, I believe it was 1988, 89. It came to me. And so I was given a kind of a graph, and some of you have seen this graph of how we can not only delineate all the illusion in the world, but where it comes from, how it manifests us. So there's kind of a behavior, and there's a cause, and then there's a manifestation of how we act out that illusion, what we're inclined to do. And I thought it was very profound, and worked on it just personally. And then in our own pavilion, we would do this ceremony and ritual of moving in groups of 2 or 3, doing mudras through an imaginary wall, a fog. And then we'd go to this end of our own pavilion, and we had a wall of light, and we'd light a candle and just say, we're not only just dissipating this illusion through the use of the avatar frequencies, but we're going to fill that space up with light, and we're going to light a candle. And so we did it in waves, and you could feel the shift. And it was a very interesting time, and it cleared out so much stuff that we really started to get to hunker down and do some empowered work for definitely the next 3 years. And then we took a break, and then we started back up. And since I think 2017, it's been going pretty steady. So even that, if you think about that, it's been 6 years that we've been working on our personal evolution, as well as the group's evolution, as well as the field that we wish to hold. And then the things that we've done for Santa Barbara, California, and now we're kind of feeling like, okay, can we do this? Can we expand and go and move our work on the quantum beyond? And of course we can, because the quantum is right here, right now. Quantum, planetary quantum is here and now, and there is no time space. So we're really looking to bring whatever bridge we can through to 5D. And then also just to now, look at like this picture we have here is all the skyscrapers, around the planet, and how we populated and kind of taken over the natural resources here, and how perhaps it's really time that we make a shift. So what you're going to see here in front of you, good timing, is, as I mentioned, if you look over in the upper left-hand corner, it's behaviors. And of course, across the if that goes down, and across the top is why, what happened to you, what happened to the world, what happened to someone that caused them to engage in hurtful behavior to themselves or to others or to the planet. And you can just, kind of take a little glance over this. Most of us have had a look at it. Some of you, I don't think have, but most of us have. And so my first charting of this was 200. And I'm going to let you look over this, and then we're going to move it to, because this goes, let's see if I can me out of the way in case you're wondering about being abandoned. But this was a very effective way to kind of clear some of these things personally. And here's the clue. If I, for no reason, feel really strangely tired, I know I am being called, either personally or for the planet, to go clear Maya. And so I'll go sit down and I'll just say, okay, what mudras? And I wait till they come to me. And then I do those mudras. Like, let's look at, for instance, cynicism. Oh, hates others. Oh, ow. Hate is such a, it's just such a icky feeling. But there we go. There's hate others, there's hate self, because someone controlled you. Cynicism is arising because you were unloved, so you're very sad within, and you can't see how anything is going to go well in the world. You were abused, and that cynicism turned you in you took it in, and it makes you want to lash out at others, wants to hurt others, and then abandoned, you sink to your lowest point, because you were abandoned. So, and then what we can do here is we look at those little symbols, and I think all of you have these somewhere, and if not, next time we meet, I'm going to send out a chart so that you have it in a video, in case you want to watch these. So, for instance, if there was someone who hated others, we would do the mudra for Bharatana. And I'm going to be showing you these. I have pictures of these. And we would hold that for 1 to 3 minutes until you felt a shift. And then the next one is Athabascar, and we'd hold that. And then the next one is Ayen, which is Athabascar is kind of the grid of form. And then Ayen is the void. So you have evolution, you have grid, and you have the void. And so you put these all together, and all of a sudden you get a clearing. You just feel something. And my fatigue will be gone in 3 minutes, maybe 5 if one of them takes a little longer. And I'll just go, wow, that was crazy. So in the last few mornings, I've been getting a message to start working on this again. I just been having mudras come to me, and I haven't really analyzed which of these it's tuning into. I just am called to do it, and I do it. And so for those of you who have the mudra cards, or the different missives that I've sent out with those mudras delineated, I really say, get them out. We're going to start working. We're going to do this. And some of these we might have to do all week. We might have to do them over and over again because they're so entrenched, especially over power, misabuse. And so power is that bottom rung here. And I'll migrate up again over to here. And so misuses power, won't create, disrupts fields, terrorizes self, and ego is power. Not so good. It's playing out very heavily in the world, not only with world leaders, but the people that they're recruiting to be terrorists. And I know that some soldiers do what they're told to do, but in their heart of hearts, I know that a lot of what is being called to doesn't feel good to them, even if they think they're saving their country. It's a very, very sad conundrum. Now, in addition to these 200, which you're seeing here, I got the message a while ago, and too much on my plate. Well, excuse me, there's another 200 and you need to chart those out. And I'm like, really? And so in these last couple of days, yeah, I've been asked to chart them out. So I don't have yet is what the actual expression of these things are. But now I'm able to go and start filling in the blanks for what mudras to do. So does it really matter, the minutia of what this creates, if we can muscle test and get where we're supposed to work? No. What really matters is that we just do the mudras, knowing, for instance, as we're going to do today, we're going to do infected power, and I believe inhabited power. So something's inhabiting that person and someone's infected. Is it, do they have infected brains? I don't know, but they're infected with something and they're inhabited by something. So those are the ones that we're going to work on today as a really meaningful movement towards breaking down this whole icky play out of power. Because you see, we talk about power, it means so many things. It's like, well, do you have the power to open up this jar? That's one, that's strength, right? Well, do you have the power when you're really tired just to go to work? That's a different power. Do you have the power to know who you are? That's power from within. Do you have power to empower others? Like, oh, that person needs a hand up. Okay, I'm gonna pull it out from inside me. I'm gonna empower them. So these are all manifestations that we seek, and we do seek our own personal power, because our own personal power defines who we are, and it also defines our purpose. And sometimes that power is very physical. It moves up through our body, and sometimes it's existential, meaning we feel the effects of it in our motivation to move out in the world and to be purposeful in a meaningful and kind and loving and self-loving way. You see, it's not giving. We never want to give our power away. Never, 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 never give your power away. Also, getting your dukes up and doing what we're trying to clear, which is power over, not so good. Creating boundaries, good. Like, what I'm getting is that's a no for me. And if you can't hear that, then I am going to leave. You know, that's the way. And also having our field strong enough. Do we get into it like, yeah, don't go down that dark road right now. That's not a smart thing. Like being in touch so we don't have to put ourselves into situations, especially as women, where we are at the mercy of someone who's just has more physical strength and power than we do. So, and then getting enough of ourselves together that we know when someone is being toxic with their power over. So, here is, the rest of these. And so, in terms of power, we've got inhabited, sentenced, split. They're split personality. They're stunted. They're reduced. And so a stunted person can't engage if they don't have their power. If they've been reduced, they become powerless. And if they're tainted, then they have poison intent when they go to use their power. So these are all, I find these very, very intriguing. And in time, I did really pretty much what you see here in front of you yesterday. Yeah, got to work on the weekends, right? Okay, so then we're going to introduce ourselves next to dealing with this whole bottom line. So there's actually 20 different ways that power is underused because we've been abused, or mishandled, or misused, or used as abuse, as a form of abuse. And so, yeah, it's really interesting how there are humans on the planet who their goal is to have power over everyone and to do whatever it takes at any cost to have everything that they want. And very rarely are these beings satisfied. Like you look at Russia, it's huge, it's enormous. It's got a lot of resources. It's got its tendrils in Mongolia and its tendrils in Siberia, and of course, some of the countries, Belarus, for instance, and now attempting to gain back what they think is theirs with the Ukraine. Completely different language and culture, etc. So the Maya power, and this one's infected and it seeks to destroy. So I want you to listen. I want you to hear that. This being, or this conundrum, or this configuration is infected with something very unhealthy. And is it a manifestation in the body, or in the psyche, or in the mind? It's just infected. And so out of that, it seeks to destroy that which is in its way. And so what we're looking at here are the avatar symbols. So if you look at this symbol here, you're seeing a center spot, and you're seeing energy move away from it. And when energy moves away, it creates a vacuum.